I invite our quiz master, Mr. Meghsham Shirodkar, to take over and begin the quiz, please.
Thank you, Rasmeet, and good morning, Bengaluru. Can't hear you. See, Bengaluru is having a tremendous year, okay? So when I come here and I'm facing a crowd of people who have, after 18 long years, something they wanted, I want a louder response. So how are you doing, Bengaluru? Superb. That's what I wanted to hear. So good morning, everyone, and welcome once again to the South Regional Rounds of the National Financial Literacy Quiz 2025, brought to you by the National Institute of Securities Markets, NISM, which is a capacity building initiative of SEBI, our apex regulator of the stock markets. My name is Meghsham Shirodkar. I shall be your quiz master, host, entertainer, stand-up comic, and whatever else you want me to be for today. And yes, we will take you through several rounds of hopefully high quality, high intensity quizzing. And we will find out 10 teams at the end of it, which will represent this beautiful, beautiful region of the South in the national finals of the NFLQ 2025, which are taking place in the second week of November. This year, the National Financial Literacy Quiz went all out. Last year, it was just online and then followed by a national grand finale round on ground at the NISM campus in Navi Mumbai. This year, we've gone to 6 regional centers across the nation: East, West, North, South, Central, and even the Northeast. We started off with a rip-roaring round in the East in Kolkata a couple of weeks back, and now we are here in India's very own Silicon Valley, Namma Bengaluru. So I don't know about you, but I'm really, really excited because when I was a quizzer, still am as a matter of fact, but when I was a quizzer about your age, which I know seems like a really long time back, it excited me to come to the South because this is where the real quizzing intensity lay when we were quizzing. And this is where all the champions came from. This is where all the braininess arose. And so as a quiz master, when I come back here to conduct a quiz, I can only hope for great things. This quiz is India's premier and largest competition of its kind, intended for young Indians like you to showcase their financial literacy and knowledge of the securities markets. It is also the largest prize money pool of its kind for any college quiz. As you know, we have 2 cohorts, undergraduate and postgraduate, and we are giving out a whopping 21 lakh rupees worth of prizes across the season, culminating in the grand finale, of course. How does it work? You've all been through a proctored round in the morning. This is the undergraduate cohort, of course. We have selected the top 24 teams, which you just saw called out on stage. We are not going to really put them into 4 semifinals just as the first 6, then the next 6, and so on, because then that would make the competition really uneven. What we have done, and which is what we'll take a 5-7 minute break to do, is we sort them into 4 semifinals based on an even distribution of their rankings. So the first semifinal, you will see teams which are ranked 1, 5, 9, 13, 17, and 21. In the second, you will see teams who are ranked 2nd, 6th, 10th, 14th, 18th, and 22. In the third, you will see teams ranked 3rd, 7th, 11th, 15th, 19th, and 23. And the last semi-final, which will be the teams ranked 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and 24. I already see some quizzers in the audience nodding their heads, which means that they approve, because I know what that means. You don't have the top 6 teams fighting it out in the first semi-final, and maybe a potential qualifier getting knocked out because they ran into a strong team and it was their off day. From each semi-final, we will identify the top 2 winners, the winner and the first runner-up. These 2 teams qualify directly into the national grand finale round of the NFLQ 2025, which is going to take place at this spectacular NISM campus, which I hope you were paying attention to when the video ran. I was fortunate enough to visit it last year when the finals went down. And that is where the top 2 teams from each semi-final will qualify directly for. It's literally like an all-expenses-paid trip in the middle of a really, really beautiful campus and a chance to win some great prizes, so do make the most of it. Simple math will tell you that gives us 8 teams who qualify into the national final. But we want 10. So how do we get the next 2? So what we are going to do is, from the remaining 16 teams who didn't qualify directly. Essentially, that means teams who did not rank 1 or 2 in either of the 4 semifinals. We will look at the top 2 scores of the remaining 16 teams. And those 2 will be the lucky losers who will also qualify to represent the South region in the undergraduate cohort at the national finale on November 8th and 9th. Now, what happens, as you would logically ask, being very investment and commerce-minded students, what happens if there is a tie in any of those 2 ranks? Simple, we take a look at the proctored round scores of those tied teams. If they are tied as well, we look at the time they took to undergo that test. We also take a look at the difficulty level of the questions. As you would have realized, there were 3 difficulty levels, right? So the team which got the higher number of difficulty level questions correct gets precedence, and so on and so forth. So far, we've not had an opportunity to go beyond these filters. If that happens, today, we will send the teams outside. Whoever comes back alive goes to Mumbai. Okay, not really. We'll have tiebreaker for that as well, but yes. We will cross that bridge if and when we come to it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick 5-minute break to set up the first 6 teams on stage. I will call them out once we have their names up here, and we will kick off the quiz. As always, lots and lots of audience prizes for all of you, as long as you don't shout out the answers. Whatever the teams don't get goes out to you. You put up a hand, you give me your name and the correct answer. I give you a chocolate. If not, there are special audience questions at the end of each round for you as well. So again, a warm welcome to all of you. Give me and the back team a quick 5 minutes to set up the first 6 teams, and we will get rolling. So all the very best to all of you, and see you on the other side of these 5 minutes. Thank you very much. So welcome back once again to this, the Southern Regional Round undergraduate cohort of the National Financial Literacy Quiz 2025. India's premier and largest quiz of its kind, which has everything to do with the financial markets, money matters, investing, and what have you. We've been through a really, really exciting proctored round in the morning, and I was told close to 42 teams took part, which I think is a nice round number because, as many of my quizzing friends would know, 42 happens to be the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And coincidentally, we couldn't have planned this better. As you will see when the quiz starts, each of the semifinals has got 42 questions as well. So I think it's a nice note to start this off on. Without any further ado, we will dive quickly into the first 6 teams who will walk up here and take their place as the first 6 semifinalists in the undergraduate cohort. I already explained to you how we chose them. It was in order to make it a very fair spread of competition. And I want you to welcome these teams, each of them, with a huge round of applause as they walk up on stage. Thank you. That's a good warm-up. Coming up first on stage as Team A is RNS Institute of Technology, Bengaluru. A round of applause for the boys. Thank you. Please mind the camera. By the way, all of these quizzes are streamed live on YouTube on the NISM channel. So if you have folks watching at home and you're sure you're going to do well or you're going to give some really rocking answers, do tell them to log in and watch. Your Team A. Team B is PSGR Krishnammal College for Women, Coimbatore. Round of applause for the girls. Please come up. Your Team B. One of the redeeming features of this quiz, which again, as a quizmaster, I have always found to be a little not so good, is the fact that quizzes tend to see a very low representation of ladies, of girls, of women. And as my wife likes to tell me, it is because women tend to have better things to do. But very good to see Young India represented. The first ladies on stage. Give them a round of applause, please. Very, very nice. To their left, Team C will be Chanakya University, Muddenahalli. Round of applause for the boys from Chanakya University. Very, very good. That completes the right side of the stage, my right side of the stage. To my first left, School of Commerce, Jain, deemed to be University, Bengaluru. Round of applause for the boys. They will be Team D. Team E will be SRM University, AP from Amaravati. Are they here? SRM University, right at the back. Round of applause for them. And last but certainly not the least, to my far left, Emerald's Degree College from Tirupati. Very, very nice. hopefully carrying Lord Balaji's blessings with them as they walk down. You will be Team F. So as you can see, you are able to see the questions here. The teams, each of them has got a screen on their respective tables, which for somebody who quizzed in the 90s and the early 2000s is an unnecessary luxury because we had to peer at a board which was grainy. But yes, that's really, really cool. And for me, I'll be able to see the questions at my front on screen as well. So it's like a really high-tech environment to be conducting a quiz in. All thanks to our excellent hosts here, SIBM, Symbiosis Institute of Business Management, Bengaluru. So big thanks to the folks who are supporting this as well. Having said that, let's dive into the introductions. We will begin with Team A and flow all the way up to Team F. Your name and a quick one-liner about what is your passion or what has brought you here or what you want to achieve. Anything. Go. Team A.
So good morning everyone. I am Venkat Naga Shreyas. I am from RNS Institute of Technology, Bengaluru. So basically we are from engineering background. We don't have much of finance knowledge, but we tried our best and we are on the stage now. So our passion is basically on engineering itself as we have chosen the engineering background. Yes, sir.
And so yet the halls of IIMs are filled with engineers, right? This is such an excuse. We are engineers. I don't know what we're doing here, but yet we will go into IIMs. Yes, just kidding. Welcome to the quiz and your partner.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Adit DH from RNS IT. So I'm mostly passionate about science and technology, and I also have a passion for learning, which is how I think we ended up here. Although finance is not our domain. So thank you.
Not a problem. I think that is one of the key aims of this quiz, that finance is not just for the finance professionals, it is for each and every Indian. And as they say, for anything, catch them young is how we shall go. Team B.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mogita from PSTR Krishnamall College for Women, and my passion is to become a public orator.
Lovely. Welcome to the quiz and your partner.
Good morning. I'm Bhavna C from PSTR Krishnamall College for Women, and I'm currently pursuing my BCom degree. My passion is to become a chartered accountant, since my areas of interest are in accounting and finance. Thank you.
Lovely. Welcome to the quiz. Team C.
Hello. I am Ruchikit Jadhav from Chanakya University, and my passion is a social entrepreneurship, and I am here to enjoy the quiz.
Lovely. My kind of quiz. He's there to enjoy the quiz. The rest doesn't matter. Your partner?
Namaste everyone. My name is Pranav Singh, and all I have came here to learn more and get the knowledge more.
Thank you. That's what they all say. We've come here to learn more and get knowledge more, and then they walk away with the prizes. So don't go by his innocent words, okay? All the best. Welcome to the quiz. Team D.
Hello, myself Mohit from Jain University. I am from BCom background only, so more about finance and this.
Welcome to the quiz and your partner.
Hello everyone, I am Aditya from Jain University, and so I have a little bit of financial knowledge.
Lovely, and may that take you far. Wish you all the very best. Team E.
Hello everyone, I am Venkatesh from SRM University AP. I am also from engineering background. I am interested in stock markets related news and finance.
Just a minute. Can we take a Let's get this out of the beginning so that the rest of the Can we try again? Okay, go ahead.
Myself, I am Ravi Prakash Reddy from SRM University, Amravati. I am passionate about and interested in stock market and financial markets.
Lovely. Welcome to the quiz. Wish you all the very best. Team F.
Good morning, everyone. I am Ashwan from Emerald Degree College, and my passion is to become a financial advisor. Thank you.
All the very best. And your partner?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. And I am Shrikant from Emerald Degree College. So actually, I don't have much financial knowledge, but a quick learn make me to stand on the stage. And my passion is to become a business man and also the finance also. Thank you.
Perfect. Wish you all the very best. These then are your first 6 semi-finalists, Bengaluru. The cream of the cream, the best of the very best in the South. We will take them through their paces. What they're going to do here is a roadmap for the semi-finals. Let's take a look at the rules. Lovely. As I promised, 42 questions in each semi-final, spread across 5 rounds. I shall explain the rules for each round before we begin. And of course, at any point of time during the round, after the round, you're welcome to stop, pause, ask me to explain something that was not so clear, and we will make sure we clarify that doubt before we move on. In addition to being the best quiz of its kind in India, we also aim to be very, very transparent, which is how the stock markets and the financial market should also be. So there is nothing that will go unanswered or unclarified by the end of the day, as long as we go about it in the right way. So please feel free for the teams as well. If you feel something is not clear, please stop, ask me to clarify, and then we will proceed. As always, the top 2 teams from this semi-final will qualify directly for the national finale. And if you're third or fourth, don't give up scoring till the very end, because there are 2 people other than the top 2 winners of each semi-final who can also qualify for the national finals. Plus, there is 3 big prizes at stake for the regional winners. In addition to qualifying for the national finale, the top 3 scorers across the 4 semi-finals stand to win 40,000 rupees, 30,000 rupees and 20,000 rupees per team for ranks 1, 2 and 3 in the south. This is in addition to qualifying for the national finale. So even if you are winning, no need to take your foot off the pedal, as they say. Please keep going if you have your eye on the top prize in the south as well. Audience, please don't answer or blurt out the answers or discuss them when the question is live. I will come to you if they don't answer. I'll give you a prize if you put up a hand. I'll get a mic to you. Give me your name, your college name, and the right answer. I'll give you a chocolate. Word of caution, please don't litter this beautiful auditorium. Eat the chocolate by all means, but please do it outside. There are lots of audience questions as well, other than the ones that pass. We will do that at the end of every round when the scores are being totaled. Scores at the end of each round, as well as with just 3 questions to go in the last round. I'll give you a quick score update. So if you want to channelize your inner Mahendra Singh Dhoni and go wild in the last 3 balls, you can do that as well. So without further ado, let's go quickly into the warm-up round, as we like to call it. 12 questions, all of them multiple choice questions. We will begin with team A and flow clockwise to team F. Remember, these questions do not pass. You get 10 points if you answer it correctly within 20 seconds. If you don't answer it correctly or you say pass, no negatives. We just give out the answer and we move on to the next team. We do this for 12 questions and then we look at the scores. All clear? I will give you 20 seconds to think, but at the end of it, when I prompt you, I need an answer. You can, of course, answer before 20 seconds are up as well. Just one request. When you're answering, don't say A or D. Say A Mumbai or B Delhi or whatever the answer is, so that I don't make a mistake whether you said B and D or whatever. Say the number, or rather the alphabet, as well as the full answer that you're trying to give as well. No negatives, as I always said. Audience, please keep quiet and be a good audience for this round. First question to team A is this. What is the rule of 72 used for? And these are your options. Is it for calculating one's tax liability? Is it for estimating how long it takes for money to double? Is it for determining loan eligibility? Or is it for measuring inflation?
The answer is option B, estimating how long it takes for the money to double.
10 points. Good start to the quiz. Estimating how long it takes for money to double. Usually the time taken to double is 72 divided by whatever is the rate of interest at stake. 10 points to team A. Next question to the girls at team B. What is the difference between government spending and earnings called when it has a negative value? All right, and these are your options. Is it a revenue deficit? Is it a primary deficit? Is it a fiscal deficit? Or is it D, a trade deficit? Team B. All of these are bad things to have. Anything with the word deficit? Yes, team B.
The answer is option C, fiscal deficit.
10 points again. Very, very nice. In a fiscal year, when the government's total expenditures exceed its revenues, which for most countries is almost always, the negative difference is called a fiscal deficit. 10 points to team B. Let's see if C can keep the trend going. Here's your question. Till 2021, which body or entity used to publish the Ease of Doing Business Index? And these are your options. Is it the World Trade Organization? Is it the International Monetary Fund? Is it the World Bank? Or is it the World Economic Forum? Team C. $20, ticking away.
Answer is B, International Monetary Fund.
What do you feel, audience? 10 points? No 10 points? Not really. This is the World Bank, the other Bretton Woods twin. So no points to you, but no negatives as well. We will move ahead to team D. What does a rider in insurance refer to? On Instagram, it usually refers to people on two wheels doing all kinds of stunts. But in insurance, what does a rider refer to? Here are your options. Is it an additional coverage? Is it policy cancellation? Is it a discount in the premium that you pay? Or is it an enhancement of your sum insured?
Option A, additional coverage.
Will get you 10 points. Very, very nice. 10 points to team D. Team E, no pressure. Here's your question. Which of these 4 taxes are levied by or is levied by local municipalities? And these are your options. Income tax, property tax, the GST, or a stamp duty. Team E.
Option D, stamp duty.
Not the stamp duty, that doesn't go to the local municipality. Audience? Property tax, hopefully when your adulting phase begins and you have property of your own. That's one of the biggest headaches every year. But yes, property tax is what I was looking for. So no points to team E. But no pressure, you have one more MCQ to go in the next cycle. Team F, question number 6 for you. Which of these is not a component of the startup ecosystem? Bengaluru, of course, famous for startups, not just in India, but across the world. And this is like one of the hubs for startups in India. Team F, these are your options. Is it incubators? Is it the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade? Is it a minimum viable product? Or is it stock exchanges? And remember, not a component of the startup ecosystem. Very logical answer if you tend to think about it.
Option A, incubators.
Incubators. You know what incubators do, right? They kind of help a startup move along to the next phase. So that can't be the option. Audience, shout out. Stock exchanges, because you usually list there after your IPO. So no points, but no negatives as well. This is, of course, stock exchanges. They are not a core component of the startup ecosystem, though they play a very big role in the broader economy as well. Team A, back to you. Question number 7. Which of the following is again not true about micro insurance policies? And these are your options. They're designed for low-income groups to provide cover against crop failures. The sum assured is capped at 1 lakh rupees or provides coverage against natural disasters. Remember, we're looking for something that is not a component of micro insurance policies. Last 5 seconds. No negatives. Take a guess.
Sum assured is capped at rupees 1 lakh.
Can't give you 1 lakh points. I can give you 10 points. Very, very good. 10 points to team A. It is designed for low-income populations. It affords affordable, low sum assured policies with simplified documentation so that they don't have too many hurdles to getting insured. 10 points to team A. Their smiles say it all. I don't know whether it was a lucky guess, but that's fair, right? Anything gets points. Team B, here's your question. When is the economic survey usually presented? And these are your options. Is it before the union budget? Is it after the union budget? Is it before the announcement of the Reserve Bank's monetary policy? Or is it simply along with the finance bill? Team B. Audience, this is something that we've started in Kolkata. Oh, I don't want an answer. This is something that we've started in Kolkata. Remind me to ask you an audience question about the budget, okay? That's your responsibility. So if you don't remind me, no audience question. I'm just kidding. Yes, Team B, I was trying to buy you some time. Go ahead.
A, before union budget.
Is correct. 10 points before the union budget. It is presented one day before the union budget in India, prepared by the Department of Economic Affairs under the Ministry of Finance. It provides an overview, a broad overview of our economic performance over the past year, also gives key policy insights as well. 10 points to Team B. Next question to Team C. Audience is like extremely hyperactive. I was trying to tell you that remind me about a question, all right? Now remind me about the question when we come to the end of this round. Team C, here's your question. What does a standard fire insurance policy cover? And these are your options. Is it only fire? Is it fire and allied perils? Is it fire and natural disasters? Or is it medical expenses due to burns? Team C. And remember, we are talking about a standard fire insurance policy, not one with riders or added covers, etc., etc. Team C.
So option B, fire and allied perils.
Will fetch you 10 points. Very, very nice. 10 points to Chanakya University. They do a quick high five. Love that. Always reminds me of another favorite son of Bengaluru and his partner, Mahesh Bhupati and Leander Pace in their glory days on the tennis courts. 10 points to the two of you. The last three questions of the MCQ round, the first of which will go to Team D. What is the maximum deduction for education loan interest under Section 80E? And these are your options. Is it 1.5 lakh rupees? Is it 2 lakh rupees? Is it 5 lakh rupees? Or is it D, that there is no such limit? Team D.
Option D, no limit.
Which means that you can kind of really do what you want to do when it comes to education. 10 points to you, very, very nice. 10 points to Team D, and a lot of points to the audience for being so enthusiastic and applauding. This is something which I need to remind audiences to do, but Bengaluru, of course, especially after this title, is in a league of its own, right? Very, very enthusiastic. 10 points to you. The penultimate question of this round to Team E. Global Britain is a term that refers to a strategy followed by the British government post which of these events? And these are your options. Is it COVID recovery? Is it Brexit? Is it the 2008 financial crisis? Or is it Sir Keir Starmer becoming Prime Minister? Team E.
Option B, Brexit.
Very, very good. 10 points to Team E. It is Brexit, of course. Brexit was the portmanteau word coined to describe Britain's exit from the European Union. And of course, that also happened post-2020, the COVID scenario and all that. It redefined Britain's role in world affairs outside the European Union. 10 points to you. Very, very good 10 points. Team F, let's see if you can keep that going. Here's your question. Which idea amongst the four that you will see best captures the central argument of a book called Fooled by Randomness, written by the famous author Nassim Nicholas Taleb? And these are your options. Is it intelligent investments? Is it something called the Monte Carlo simulation? Is it black swan events? Or is it margin of safety? Team F.
It's option B, Monte Carlo's
Carlo simulation. Not really. Audience, shout out. Black Swan events, because one of his other, or rather the more famous book is the Black Swan effect. No points to you, but no negatives as well. That brings us to the end of this round. This book explores how luck and uncertainty distort success in life and finance both. That brings us to the end of round one. While the scores are being totaled, a question for the audience. Now, this is where you put up a hand. I'll get a mic to the first person that I see who has put up a hand. You tell me your name, your college name, and if you give me the right answer, I give you a chocolate. Ready? Perfect. So we all study money and currency and so on and so forth. So if you look at the history of Indian currency, and all the currency notes that have been issued and de-issued and so on and so forth. My question to you for a chocolate is, what is the highest denomination ever that India has issued as a currency note in the time since we started printing currency? The first hand I saw go up was the boy in the white t-shirt. Yes, we will give you a mic. You will tell me your name, your college name. Can you stand up so we can get you on camera? And the answer, yes.
Myself, Kritagya, from Indian Institute of Petroleum and Energy, Visakhapatnam. The answer is 10,000 rupees.
We'll get you a chocolate. Round of applause for him. Very, very nice. And what did I tell you to remind me about? A question about the budget, right? We will do that after this round. For now, these are your scores. 10 points apiece to teams C and E. Team F is yet to open their account, but very early days in the quiz. 30 more questions to go. At this stage, locked in first position with 20 points apiece, which means that they didn't miss any of their MCQs, are teams A, B, and D. Round of applause for all teams. Very, very nice. And let us quickly go into round number 2. Round number 2 is extremely simple. Everything about visuals, images. It could be anything. You will see it on screen. Again, audience, you've started off the day really, really well. And for my friend here with the white t-shirt, it's begun on a sweet note as well. So keep the discussions and the answers down. If they don't get the answer, I'll come to you with the question and I'll give you a chocolate if your guess is correct. But for that, we need to make sure that the question doesn't get scrapped because somebody blurted out the answer, right? Here are the rules for this round. 6 questions. Now these questions shall pass. The correct answer gets you 15 points. If you give me an incorrect answer or you say pass, there are no negatives. So please feel free to guess. This is a joke which I never tire of making. The reason why you should never say pass in a quiz is because there's only one gentleman who can get points for saying pass in a quiz. And that person is Rajnikant, yes. So unless you have Rajnikant in your team, please don't say pass because I can't give you points. And there are no negatives in this round. So please feel free to guess. 30 seconds for thinking time for the direct team. If it passes, I won't give time to think. I need an answer immediately. You pick up a mic, you give me your answer into the mic, and please do not answer out of turn. Wait for me to call out your team name. Audience, you know the drill. No shouting out the answers. I come to you for audience questions if they don't answer. Wish you all the very best. There are 6 of these questions and we are moving A through F in clockwise order. Team A, here's your question. Shh. Which trade association that was formed in 1995 has this as a part of their logo? Team A. We will give them 30 seconds to think. Audience will pipe down. Tight lips. The other teams, keep your guesses ready. Keep your mics handy if I come to you. You know, when we start off the regional rounds, and especially the UG cohort, because you're the younger lot, right? We try to keep things a little simple, but sometimes a simple thing stumps you as well, like this one is doing to the team at table A. Yes, last 3 seconds, team A. Whose logo?
So this is the logo of the association that promotes mutual funds.
Which is called what? If you can just put what you said together, you'll get the answer.
Mutual Funds Association of India.
I will give it to you. The Association of Mutual Funds in India. This is AMFI's logo. More famous, of course, for all cricketers and badminton players and everybody saying mutual funds achhe hai. AMFI is correct. 15 points to team A, my team. 15 points to team A. I was really hoping they wouldn't let this go because they looked puzzled when it came up. But AMFI will get them points. Team B, your question. Identify this Indian entrepreneur and I want this person's name, okay? If you tell me he started this, that, no points. Team B. Let's see how hungry they are for points. Team B. in addition to being an entrepreneur, very, very famous for being vocal about various issues and so on and so forth. So quite often in the public eye as well. Team B, you have about 15 seconds more. Other teams, keep your answers ready if it passes. Of course, the girls might just be messing with everyone by waiting till the very last second and giving the right answer. You never know. Yes, last 5 seconds, Team B. I want his name. I need an answer now.
Sandeep Kamath.
Not Sandeep Kamath. Passes to Team C.
Dipinder Goyal.
Dipinder Goyal will get them 15 points. Zomato's co-founder and CEO. 15 points to Team C. Unfortunately, Team B missing out, but their turn will come. Infinite bounds means that whichever team gets points, the next question goes to the next team. So Team D, this is your question. Question coming up now. This is the logo of which subsidiary of a stock exchange that is one of the largest of its kind in the world and potentially would have an IPO very soon. I have blanked out the name in that white space. I have kept the logo and their tagline. I need the name of this entity. Team D. You can either tell me their full name or you can tell me the acronym or abbreviation that they are known by as well. Last 5 seconds, Team D. All right, go for it.
UTI?
Not UTI. UTI has got a very, very unique logo. Team E. Past question, can't give you time. Quickly, please.
NSE.
NSE, like the stock exchange. Passes to Team F. They have a mic. You keep your mic, please. Past question, Team F.
No ideas.
No idea. No worries. Team A. Past question, quickly. Passing as well. The
NSDL.
NSDL. Too good a team to fall back. They make up for that Dipinder Goyal miss. 15 points to Team B. This is NSDL, Technology Trust Reach. Very, very good answering. Next question goes to Team C. Which NBFC corporation's logo is this?
Bajaj Finance.
Bajaj Finance or Bajaj FinServ will get you 15. 15 points to Team C. Picking up speed now. Team D, here's your question. What is usually kept inside this red cloth container? Team D.
Union budget.
The union budget is correct. This is, of course, Nirmala Sitharaman. She started carrying the budget in this Bahi Khata style container because we felt as a country that carrying it in that Gladstone or that briefcase was again a throwback to the British times, and we really didn't want to do that when we had such rich traditions of our own here in India. 15 points to Team D. Team E, here is your question. This motif, this image, whatever is you see in front of you, can be seen on the back side, the reverse of an Indian currency note of what denomination?
10 rupee note.
Very, very good. 15 points to you. This is the 10 rupee note, and that, of course, is the beautiful Sun Temple at Konark. The wheel, of course, signifying the passage of time. 15 points to Team E. That brings us to the end of round 2. And a question for the audience. I did remind you to tell me a question or remind me about a budget question. And we saw Nirmala Sitharaman with the Bahi Khata there as well. My question to you is this. If you look at all the budgets that were presented in India since we became independent, right up until the early 2000s, the budget was always presented at 5:30 in the evening on February 28 or 29, depending on whether it was a leap year or not. It was only when Mr. Yashwant Sinha was finance minister was that when we shifted from doing it at 5:30 to doing it at 12 noon, and that is what has continued since then. My question to you for a chocolate is, why for the longest time were we doing the union budget at 5:30 in the evening? The first hand I saw go up was the boy in the striped shirt. Yes. Your name, please stand up, we'll get you on camera. Your name, the college name, and your answer.
I'm Rajendra P. Hooda. I'm from Presidency University. The answer is because of the timing difference.
Between what?
Europe and Indian timing difference in each.
And do you want to be more specific? Where in Europe?
Britain timing difference.
That is correct. Please give him a chocolate. When the British were ruling India, they used to present the budget at 5:30 p.m. Not because of any liking for the evening, but because 5:30 p.m. is 12 noon in Britain. So whatever the budget was announcing, the markets could react accordingly. And for some weird reason, in spite of being independent of everything else, we kept that foreign yoke mentally, and we kept on presenting the budget for almost 53 more years at 5:30. Now, of course, we do it at our own leisure. 12 p.m. it is, or 12 noon it is. These then are your scores. Everybody is moving on. Emerald Degree College, you need to make a move on very soon. They're yet to open their account. 25 points to the team from SRM University AP Amravati. 35 apiece to A, B, and D. But leading at this point with a slender margin of 5 points is the team from Chanakya University Muddenahalli with 40. Round of applause for them. And we will move on to the first of my favorite rounds, which happens to be a buzzer round. Third round is entirely on the buzzer. We'll test the buzzers for all teams. There will be 6 questions. Each of these questions is very simple. On screen, you will see a list of jumbled letters. And at top, you will see a short sentence, 3, 4, or 5 words, which gives you a clue to that jumbled word. Of course, each word or term that is jumbled will have something to do with money, finance, the markets, stocks, investments, etc., etc. I don't really want to see if you can see the clue or not. If you just see the jumbled words and you're a crossword maniac, you can sort it out. The only rule is you have to buzz for it. Whichever team buzzes, the first team to buzz I will identify on my set. If they give me the right answer, plus 15. If they are incorrect, I give them a minus 15. We move on to the next team who has buzzed. If they give me the right answer, it's plus 10. If they also go wrong, it is minus 10. And we move on with a reveal of the answer. No chocolates because these are easy. No thinking time once you have buzzed. Once I call out your team name, you need to give me the answer immediately. Clear? Let's do a quick check of the buzzers first. These buzzers are powered by the same chip which runs the Tokyo metro system. They are effective up to 1,000th of a second. If you're faster than that, of course, Thalaiva is in your team and you don't need me as a quiz master. But so far, we've not seen teams who are faster than 1,000th of a second within each other. If all the teams press simultaneously, it will still give me an indication of who was slightly faster and the rest in order. Right now, we will test your buzzers. Team A, that red button. B, C, D, E, and F. Lovely. I just have one request. If you guys don't mind, if you can just keep this slightly here. Yeah, so I can see. You too, ladies. And team A, if you can keep it this side so I can see. You don't need to keep it too much in front. It needs to be accessible for both of you. That is the main thing. I just want to see everybody's light perfect. Buzzers are working. Let me move. I don't really need to move out of the way, right? Because you can see on your screens. My suggestion to you would be, forget this, because the questions come up simultaneously on all 8 of these. So look at your screen and you can buzz whenever you want. All the teams ready? Fingers on your buzzers. Question coming up now. Needed for government, business and NGOs alike. Team D was the fastest. Pick up the mic and tell me what's the answer.
Funding.
Plus 15 to Team D. Plus 15 to Team D. D for Delta. And let's reset the buzzer. This is, of course, funding. Everybody needs it. I need it as well. But moving on, fingers on your buzzers. Question number 2. Income that earns even while you sleep. Team C was fastest. Into the mic.
Passive income.
Passive will fetch you 15. Very, very nice. Plus 15 to Team C, as in Charlie. Fingers on your buzzers, all teams. After C, the next fastest was F, but they were a little slow than C. Fingers on your buzzers. Question number 3. This is Team C again. What's your answer? Into the mic. Quickly. 3, 2, and 1. That's a minus 15. minus 15 to team C. The next team fastest was the ladies at B.
NABARD.
NABARD will get them a 10. Very, very nice. That's a minus 15 to Charlie and a plus 10 to B. Bravo. That's how it functions, right? If you buzz and then expect to work it out, I can't give you time. So this is how the up and down flows. 3 questions gone, 3 to go. This is of course NABARD, Rural Lifeline, India's Development Bank. Fingers on your buzzers. Question number 4. Retirement income after lifelong savings, 1.
Pension.
Plus 15. 15 points to team A. Pension is correct. And the second last question in the jumbled words round, coming up on your screens now. Ordinary shares or voting rights are called these. Emerald's Degree College, what's your answer?
Common.
Common will get them 15. And they have opened their account. Louder round of applause for the boys from Tirupati. Common is what I was looking for. And keep your eye on them because I have got a slight feeling that if they push on from here, it's just the kind of spur that you need to make it into the last 2. 15 points to team F. And the last question, 6th question in the jumbled words round, coming up now. Additional payment, team E. SRM University.
Bonus.
Bonus, 15 points to team E. That's a bonus 15 to team E, which brings us to the end of round 3. And a question for the audience while the scores are being totaled. Please take your time, my team. So there is an Italian bank called Credito Emiliano. It's called Credem for short. Now this bank works in rural Italy mostly. And it is world famous because it is perhaps the only bank that accepts a certain commodity from dairies and family run farms in exchange as collateral in exchange for loans. So what is this extremely uncommon collateral that the Credito Emiliano Bank, Credem Bank, accepts as collateral in exchange for loans? And the clue is from dairies and family-run farms. I saw the lady in the blazer. Please stand up. Let's get a mic to you. Your name, your college name, and the answer.
Hello, I'm Beauty. I'm from MOB Vaishnav. I'll be coming on stage next.
Brilliant.
So we've got, I think the answer is cheese. Is that right?
Cheese is correct. I can't give you a cheese block, but I can give you a chocolate. A chocolate to her. This is, of course, cheese. That region of Italy is famous for a cheese called Parmigiano Reggiano, which is called the king of cheeses. And Credem Bank accepts rolls of cheese as collateral. This is the big cheese right now, the scoreboard. Team F has opened their account with 15. 40 points apiece to Chanakya University, Mudenahalli and SRM University, AP Amravati. 45 points, 5 points ahead of them to PSGR Krishnamal College for Women from Coimbatore. 50 points apiece, which is the joint leaders at this stage, RNS Institute of Technology, Bengaluru, and School of Commerce, Jain, deemed to be University, Bengaluru, with 50 apiece. Round of applause for them. Very, very nice. Let us quickly go into round number 4. Round number 4 is simple slogan identification. I will show you a slogan. If none of the team blocks a clue, I might give a clue as to what kind of institution or company or brand that slogan belongs to as well. We began with team A for the visuals round. Now we will switch over to the other side and we will begin with team F and go counterclockwise for this round. Infinite bounds remains the same. We notch up the points a little more. A correct answer gets you 20 points. An incorrect answer has got no negatives. Yes. I will ask. So once the question comes up, I will ask, is any team objecting to a clue? Even if one team says no, I don't give a clue because we have to be fair to them. If all the teams say we are okay with a clue, I'll give a clue or two. Fair? Perfect. No negatives, 30 seconds thinking time on the direct, no thinking time on the pass. Wish you all the very best. Let me remind you, these are the last 2 rounds, business end of the quiz. Top 2 teams go through The topmost scorer stands a chance to win a cool 40,000 rupees or 30 or 20 depending on where you stand. So everything to play for. Audience, you've been great so far. Let's keep that going for the rest of the day. We've got 3 more semi-finals coming up. And as the lady so proudly said, in one of them, she's going to be here playing for the big cheese as well. Team 6, here's your question. The first of the slogan identifications. Let's show you the question. Aapka bank, aapke dwar. Do all the teams agree to a clue? All the teams agree to a clue. So the clue is that this bank is associated with the government, and this bank is associated with a very prominent department of the government. That department literally stands for this, that they are at everybody's doorstep. That's the biggest clue I can give. So the clue is that this bank is not a private sector bank. It's a bank related to the government of India. It's a bank related to one of the biggest bodies or departments of the government of India. And that department is literally what this tagline says. That department is at everybody's doorstep. Team F, 30 seconds. Doorstep is a big clue. There are very few government bodies which are literally at our doorstep when we need them, right? Team F. 30 seconds are up, so I need to push you. Which bank? Passing you in 3, 2, and 1. Team E. Past question, can't give you time. Which bank?
SBI.
Not SBI, it's not really a government department. Team D. Into the mic.
IDFC.
Not IDFC as well. Team C.
NABARD.
Not NABARD. Team B.
Corporation Bank.
Not Corporation Bank. Team A.
Indian Postal Bank.
What an answer! This is what is going to separate the winners from the not so winners. It passed all the way around. This is the India Post Payments Bank. Lovely answer. 20 points to Team A. And the next question, thankfully for you, comes to you because infinite bounds. Live more, bank less. All teams okay with a clue or somebody blocking a clue? Block. 3 teams blocking. Lovely. Sorry. Team F, go for it. Live more, bank less. The funny thing is, when you are making a quiz question, you have your own idea of what is difficult and what is easy, and then teams surprise you, especially when you come down to the south, because they have a breadth of knowledge which you haven't anticipated sometimes. Very nice as a quiz master, but yes, Team F, it's a very good experience to have, humbling in a sense. Live more, bank less. Just that. Live more, bank less. The logo. Which bank's tagline? All right, Team F, into the mic. What's the answer?
HDFC.
Not HDFC. Team E. Last question. I need to rush you. Passes to D.
Axis Bank.
Not Axis Bank. Passes to C.
DBS Bank.
They were right in blocking. DBS is correct. This is a DBS. 20 points to Team C. That's what you get when you trust your knowledge, when you trust your instinct. Ladies, I know you knew it as well, but as a reward, here's the next question for you. Sab tik hai team. This is a tagline of what? Any team blocking a clue? Everybody blocking a clue. And typically all the boys blocking a clue. No worries, so no clues. Team B, all yours. Sab tik hai team. And there's a huge reason why the boys are blocking this clue. There's something that they are much more likely to see, as you will see on the answer slide.
Indian Bank.
Not Indian Bank. A was one of the teams which was enthusiastically blocking a clue. Whose tagline?
Yes Bank.
I wish I could give you a minus for that, not Yes Bank, Team F. I know why they said Yes Bank, because there is a tick, right? Team F. I hope that is not the reason why everybody else was blocking a clue as well. Team F, pass question, can't give you time. What's the answer? Passing to Team E. E, pick up the mic. Do you have a guess?
IndusInd.
Not IndusInd, Team D.
Google Pay.
What an answer! Google Pay is correct. 20 points to Team D. Google Pay is correct. And this usually used to run during cricket matches, which is why I thought most of the boys were blocking a clue. Because again, women have got better things to do, more sensible things to do than waste time watching a bunch of flannel fools hit a ball around, right? But yes, 20 points to Team C. The next question, sorry, 20 points to Team D, my bad. The next question will go to Team C. Punji, Safalta ki Punji. Anybody blocking a clue? Nobody blocking a clue. So this happens to be the tagline of a government scheme. A very, very prominent government scheme. I want the name of the scheme. I'll give one more clue. That scheme, like many others, has got the words Pradhan Mantri or Prime Minister, PM, before as a prefix to the scheme. Last clue? Okay. Team D has blocked the clue, so I can't say more. This is a question for Team C.
Pradhan Mantri Pension Yojana.
Not the Pradhan Mantri Pension Yojana. Team B.
Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana.
Not the Jan Dhan Yojana as well. A.
Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana.
Not the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Awas is home, right? Punji is usually investment. Passes to F. Pass question, are you answering? No, passes to E.
Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana.
Is correct. 20 points to Team E. And the look on the faces of Team D is precious, right? They blocked the clue because they knew as well. But Team E was too quick on that. 20 points to Team E. And with that, we move to Team D. This is, of course, the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. The fifth question of this round will now go to Team D as a compensation for not getting that question. Hello life, hello blank. That blank is filled by a 5-letter word, which happens to be the name of that company. Team D. And this is from the world of insurance, not an Indian insurance brand. The biggest clue is not an Indian insurance brand, 5-letter name. I'll give you 5 seconds more out of your 30. All other teams, keep your answers ready. I know that E has their answer ready, but it will go all the way around before it comes to them. Passes to C. Passes to Team B, the girls from Coimbatore. No? Passes to A.
Hello life, hello world.
And no, world is not an insurance brand as far as I know. F. Passes to E, who blocked a clue. Now they don't know why they blocked the clue. It was your direct question, right? It might be coming your way, audience, so keep your hand up. Team E, taking a guess? No? 3, 2, and 1. Audience? Okay, the first hand I saw go up was the lady here. We'll get you a mic. Please hold on. Your name, the institute name, and your answer.
I'm Dr. Sujata from PSG Krishnamurti College for Women, Coimbatore, and it's Hello Life and Hello Aviva.
Beautiful. Give her a round of applause. This is Hello Life, Hello Aviva. Aviva Life Insurance, of course, being the company. So no points to anyone. A chocolate to ma'am there. Really, really good answer. And PSGR College, your ma'am knows it. So you're in for a bad time when you go off stage, if I know my teachers well. This was a question for Team D. So the next question comes back to you as well. This is not the most embarrassing thing that has happened to me in a quiz on stage. I related this story in Kolkata as well. So while the slide comes back, I'll let you know this. One of my not so fine moments as a quiz master on stage was when I was conducting a quiz for the employees, an employee engagement quiz. I was conducting a quiz for the employees of Microsoft in Mumbai. And when I was conducting a quiz, midway through, everything was really going well, excited, everybody happy. A pop-up comes up on my screen which says, you're using an unlicensed version of MS PPT in a Microsoft quiz. Never had a more embarrassing experience. Thankfully, they were good enough to laugh it off. But by comparison, this is mild. So I'm okay with a battery charge issue as long as something like that doesn't come up. No points to anyone. Next question, which I think is the last question of this round before we hit the final round, is for Team D again. Here is your question. Badhte Raho happens to be the tagline of which brand from the mutual fund space? Team D. Shh. This is for Team D, your question. The clue is that it's a brand from the mutual fund space and Badhte Raho. He's blocked the clue already, so can't say anything more.
Grow.
Not Grow. Grow is investment, right? Not really mutual funds. Team C.
ICICI?
Not ICICI. Team B.
HDFC Life.
Not HDFC Life as well. A. Passing. F.
Amphi?
Not Amphi. Amphi already had a question. Team E.
Motilal Oswal.
Not Motilal Oswal. It was your question, right? Who blocked the clue? You blocked the clue. No. All right. Audience, let's go to the lady there. Yes, please stand up. There's a mic behind you. Please take that. Your name, the college name, and your answer.
Hi, I'm Arshi Patel from NISM Bangalore. Is it Bandhan Mutual Fund?
It is Bandhan Mutual Fund. Very, very nice. Badhte Raho, chocolate khate raho, and a chocolate to you. That brings us to the end of round 4, and which means that I get to ask you 1 or 2 audience questions depending on how fast my scorekeeper is working. All right, here's your question. So, if you have the good fortune to go and visit the offices of the Reserve Bank of India, which, by the way, they are very open to having students and young finance professionals come and visit, you should go. Any of the offices of the Reserve Bank of India across the country, one of the most unique souvenirs that you will get are diaries, like Reserve Bank of India diaries, or even some paperweights. These are made out of recycled material, and they're made from the same kind of recycled material. I want to know, what is this recycled material, very unique recycled material, from which the Reserve Bank of India makes their souvenir diaries and paperweights? I saw a hand go up right at the back. Yes, let's get a mic to you. Yes, the boy with his hand up. Your name, college name, and what do they use?
I'm Mohammed Shahid from Bangalore Institute of Technology. The material used is old and discarded Indian currency notes.
Is correct. Shredded currency notes is right. And they're really well shredded, so don't try to put them back and use them as new. But a chocolate to you, and these are your scores. The good thing is that the scoreboard is looking heavily populated, which is nice. 15 points to Emerald's Degree College. Ahead of them at 45 and position 5 is PSGR Krishnamal College for Women, Coimbatore with 45. 60 apiece to Chanakya University and SRM University, Amravati and Mudenahalli. And right now, tied at 70 points apiece, again locked going into the final round, RNS Institute of Technology, Bengaluru, and School of Commerce, Jain, deemed to be university, also from Bengaluru, with 70 points apiece. Round of applause for all teams. And let us quickly go into round number 5. Round number 5 is where the fun begins. No options. Questions will come up on screen. The first 6 will go from A to F. The rules remain the same, infinite bounds for the first 6 questions. Plus 25 this time if you get it right. 30 seconds of thinking time for the direct team. No time on the pass, and no negatives for getting it incorrect or saying pass. For question number 7 to 12, the last 6 questions, we will have buzzers. but I'll explain the rules when we come to the end of question number 6. We will begin with team A because we went clockwise once, then anti-clockwise once, so we go clockwise again. Team A, your first question coming up now. In finance, it is the difference between the actual expenditure and the budgeted expense. It could be favorable if positive and adverse if negative. In statistics, it is the square of the standard deviation. All these clues, what am I describing?
Variance.
Variance will get them 25. Very, very nice. The girls at team B knew the answer as well. 25 points to team A. Team B, this is your question coming up now. Which state-owned company, which was established on the 1st of September 1956, raised a whopping 21,008 crore rupees via an IPO in May 2022? Team B. They get 30 seconds. Audience, shh. Other teams, if the question passes, keep your answers ready. Right now, it is for table B.
NSE, National Stock Exchange.
The National Stock Exchange, not really. Team C.
LIC.
LIC will get them 25 points. The Life Insurance Corporation of India will get them 25 points. And the next question, by the laws of infinite bounds, will be for team D. Which two Western leaders, a male and a female, elected within a year of each other, championed anti-Keynesian free market policies in the 1980s, shifting their respective countries to huge countries in the 1980s, shifting their countries sharply to the economic right with tax cuts, deregulation, and a strong belief in limited government, often symbolizing the rise of the new right in their respective countries. So this is a gentleman and a lady who were their heads of government in their respective countries in the 1980s. And I want both names correct for points. Does any of the teams object to a clue? So the clue is that the gentleman used to head one of the largest superpowers in the world, and he was a Hollywood actor before becoming the head of government there. The lady heads one of that country's, used to head one of that country's biggest allies in the West. She was known, like Indira Gandhi was known as the Iron Lady. This lady was also known as the Iron Lady. She was the original Iron Lady, and she happened to be a chemist before she came into politics. These are the clues. All yours, Team D. Passes to E. Passes to F. And going across to table A. B. And the guy, she said Annie Besant, and I'm prompting her for the name of a gentleman. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. No? Passes to C. Okay, it was your direct, right, Team D? Going to the audience, want to take a guess? Right at the back, the gentleman in the blazer. Let's get a mic to you. Hollywood actor and a chemist.
Is it Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher?
Will fetch you a chocolate. Beautiful answer. This is Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher. Ronald Reagan used to be a very hit Hollywood actor, and Margaret Thatcher, of course, was a chemist. She earlier used to work for a company that came up with their version of the softie, an ice cream. Nobody gets points for Team D. The good part is that it means the next question goes back to you. Here's your question. Aimed at increasing the money supply, what kind of policy intervention involves central banks purchasing government securities to stimulate the economy? Team D. I'm looking for a two-word answer, okay?
Repo rate.
Not the repo rate, passes to E. Repo rate happens to be a rate, right? I'm looking for a policy intervention. Team E, something that the central bank or the government, depending on what you want to call it, something that they do. Team E, pass question.
Right issues.
Not rights issues, passes to F.
Credit policy.
Not the credit policy. Team A.
Public lending.
Not public lending. Team B.
Buyback of securities.
Not buyback of securities. Team C.
Money injection.
Not money injection. Let's go to the boy in the blazer here. I'll give you a mic. Your name?
My name is Dhanavel Raju from Sri Krishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. So the answer is open market operations.
That's 3 words, right? Not 2 words. Anybody with a 2-word answer? Where? Okay, let's go to the gentleman in the pink shirt here. Yes. We usually try to give it to the students, but anybody who's enthusiastic enough.
My name is Dr. K. Rajendra Prasad
from
Andhra Pradesh, Sri Krishna University. The answer is a monetary policy.
Not really. Last chance. Let's go to the lady in the pink or red top. I don't know what it looks like from here.
Expansionary policy.
Not really. Let's go across to the answer. This is quantitative easing, or QE is what we were looking for. And that's how it works. Ignore the dollar sign. Team D, we went to you for 2 questions in a row. So now we won't come back to you. We will go to the next team in order, which is Team E. The PFRDA promotes old age income security by developing and regulating what kind of funds to protect the interest of the subscribers. Team E. PFRDA. Not giving clues. This is a question for Team E. What kind of funds are developed and regulated by the PFRDA to promote old age income security?
Debt funds.
Debt funds. No. Team F.
Pension funds.
Pension funds will get you 25. 25 points to Team F. And that means the next question, which is the last question of the infinite bounds, goes to Team A. Which international institution publishes the World Economic Outlook twice a year, providing analysis and projections of the global economy? Team A. Don't worry, not giving clues. Let me remind you, after this we have 6 questions completely on the buzzer. And if Kolkata was any benchmark, the most fun, I don't know about the teams, but by me and the audience, the most fun is in the final round, the last 6 questions. It's a kind of sadistic fun, but that's the best kind, right? This is a question for Team A.
International Monetary Fund.
Will fetch you 25. This is the International Monetary Fund. 25 points to Team A. And that brings us to the end of 6 questions. The last 6 questions to go. By the way, we are really good on time. Let me remind you, 2 semifinals will take place in the pre-lunch session. Then we give you about an hour or so for a nice lunch outside in the area designated. And we come back for semifinals 3 and 4. And then the prizes for everything, including the regional winners and the people who will go through, the top 10 who will go through into the national finals, all that happens at the end in the evening. Right now, these are your rules for questions 7 to 12. All of them are going to be on the buzzer. There are going to be 2 strikes per question, which means that the way you did in the jumbled words, the moment you see a question on screen, you don't have to wait for me to stop talking. You can buzz whenever you want. The only rule is that if somebody buzzes, I will stop talking immediately and I will ask that team to answer. If you get it right, plus 25. If you get it wrong, minus 25. I move on to the next team who has buzzed. If no one has buzzed and I have yet to finish the question, I will go on finishing the question and wait for somebody else to buzz. What happens if for a question or 2, nobody has buzzed after I finish reading out the entire question? In that case, I will continue to give out extempore clues, more and more, easier and easier until somebody buzzes. Alright? So be alert. Wish you all the very best. We will try and give you a score update at the end of the 9th question before the last 3 questions come up. All right? Fingers on your buzzers. Before the question comes up, I'll try and be a little helpful by telling you what is the kind of answer that I expect, so that you know it's not completely out of the blue. Clear? Fingers on your buzzers. The next question, the answer that I want is the name of a country. Clear? I want the name of a country. Question coming up now. BRICS is an acronym originally used. Team 2, what does the S stand for? Into the mic quickly. 3.
South Africa.
Will get you a plus 25. Very, very nice. South Africa is the S. Yes. Your screen is not working? Okay. Can somebody please check table D ka screen? Sorry, C ka screen. Everybody else's screens are working, right? Okay. It's not a huge issue because I'm anyway staying out of the way. You can look at that screen as well, but we'll try and get it fixed for you. In any case, it will get fixed before the next semi-final. Sometimes a foot hits the wire or something. It's working now? Okay. Just be careful with the connections down there. My team, you got plus 25 to the ladies at team B. Perfect. Fingers on your buzzers. For the next question, I want a 2-word answer. A 2-word answer. Alright, that's all I'm saying at the moment. Question coming up now. Which financial crime does the PMLA 2002 aim to prevent by enforcing identity verification, record maintenance, and information sharing by financial institutions? The PMLA is an act. That's what the A stands for. It was enacted in the year 2002, which is what the 2002 stands for. And it aims at the prevention of something, which is what the P stands for. I just want... Team 3 has buzzed.
Money laundering.
Will fetch you 25. Very, very nice. So you see what I mean by giving out progressive clues until somebody buzzes. So Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002 will fetch them 25 points. I don't know whether the screen glitch caused them a little bit of a setback in the previous question, but they seem to be back on track. 25 to team C. I have reset the buzzer. Fingers on your buzzers. 4 more questions to go. The next question has a simple 1-word answer. I'm just looking for a 1-word answer. Okay? Question coming up now. What economic concept measures the responsiveness of demand or supply to changes in price, income, or other factors? Team 1, the only team to buzz. What am I looking for?
Inflation.
Inflation. That's a minus 25. That's a minus 25 to team A. My team, do you have that? The next team who buzzed was team 3. Team C, into the mic.
Elastic.
Sorry?
Elastic.
Elasticity will get you plus 15. Plus 15 to team C. C for Charlie. Minus 25 to team A. A for Alpha. And please stop me, my team, whenever you want a clarification. This is elasticity. I was going to give a clue by saying that think of something that expands or contracts whenever we need a little bit of leeway. At my age, that extends to jeans as well, but yes, that's something that you guys don't have a problem with. 15 points to team C. They have picked up 40 points in the last 2 questions. Let's take a look at the scores. Can we show them? Brilliant. A big thank you to Siddharth, my young colleague who's doing the scoring for us. And yes, round of applause for him. Oh, lovely. We have the first century of the semi-finals and the day. 40 points to team F, 60 points to team E, 70 apiece to D and B, 95 to RNS Institute of Technology, Bengaluru. But right now, leading with 125 are the boys from Chanakya University, Muddanahalli. Round of applause for all teams. Let us move on. Last 3 questions. Fingers on your buzzers. I'm looking for 2 words as an answer, general 2 words, and if nobody buzzes, I will give you a clue as well. Finger on your buzzers. Question coming up now. Camera, can you focus on the distance between C and their table? Like, दूर से साया भी नहीं पड़ना चाहिए buzzer के ऊपर. We are not doing this. They seem to have thought that we've got this covered. What they're not thinking of is the 40,000 rupees that stands for the tallest team or the highest team in the regionals. But yes, your strategy is your strategy. I respect that. Fingers on your buzzers, all teams. Question number 10. CRISIL, ICRA and CARE in India operate in which field? Similar to S&P, Moody's and Fitch in the United States. F. Pick up the mic quickly.
Credit rating, sir.
We'll get you a 25. Very, very nice. 25 points to team F. Credit rating is correct. 6 was fastest, then 4, 5 and 1. They get 25. And the last 2 questions to go. Fingers on your buzzers. I'm looking for a 3-word answer. Okay? I'm looking for a 3-word answer. Question coming up now. Set up by SEBI to protect, and 2 went for it. Team B, the girls from Coimbatore.
Investor Protection Fund.
25 points to the girls from Coimbatore. Very, very nice. I think they were on 70, if I'm not mistaken, which means they're now at 95. With 1 question to go, they still have a chance to make it into the top 2. This is, of course, the Investor Protection Fund. 4D had also buzzed, but they were slightly slower than the girls from Coimbatore. The last question is a very, very simple question, but I need a very precise answer. And the answer is a duration. Okay, the answer is some sort of duration. Okay? Fingers on your buzzers. Wish you all the very best. There's a fight going on at Team C because one of the partners wants to go for the top prize. The other is saying qualification is enough. Don't be greedy. That's an interesting side story. Fingers on the buzzers, all teams. Last question coming up now. What is the validity period of most NISM certification examinations? And C goes for it.
3 years.
Will fetch you 25. Very, very nice. 25 points to Team C. That brings us to the end of round 5. And while the scores are being totaled, let me go across to the audience and ask you some audience questions. Let me remind you the top 2 teams go through, and the teams which come 3rd or 4th stand a chance to go through if their scores are more than the other teams in the remaining 16 at the end of the day. So before we go on to the audience questions, semi-final 1, what is your feedback? Good, bad, very nice? Okay, 2 thumbs up from the lady there, which is nice. That sets the tone nicely for the rest of the day. And let's ask you an audience question. Okay, scores are ready. Sorry, audience question in the next round. These scores, by the way, Kolkata had 8 quizzes already. This semi-final has the most even distribution of scores across all teams that we have seen so far, which I think is a great indication of the depth that the South region brings to quizzing and to knowledge in general. So round of applause for all 6 teams. 60 to SRM University, Andhra Pradesh from Amravati, 65 to Emerald's Degree College from Tirupati, 70 to School of Commerce, Jain, deemed to be University, Bengaluru, 95 points apiece to RNS Institute of Technology, Bengaluru, and PSGR, Krishnammal College for Women in Coimbatore, 95 apiece, which means that there will be a tiebreaker, and 150 to Chanakya University, Muddenahali, the winners of this semi-final. We want only a clear 2 teams to go through into the national finals from each semi-final. So we need to have a tiebreaker which will take place on the buzzer between the 2 neighbors, Team A and Team B. So we will do a quick buzzer only for them. So other teams, you will stay off the buzzer. Remember, this is not for any points. This is just for a quick plus or minus to see which team qualifies. The other team will be the 3rd team in this semi-final. Clear? The rules are simple. Nothing is going to come up on screen. So you don't even have to look at your screen. Pay attention to me speaking. I'll ask you a question verbally. I'll keep on giving clues until a team buzzes. And this is sudden death. If Team A buzzes and they get it right, they qualify as the 2nd place team. If you buzz and you get it wrong, you get eliminated and become team 3. They don't have to answer for you to get. So if you buzz and you get it wrong, you get eliminated. The other team by default qualifies. Clear? All right. All teams A and B ready? Audience, please pipe down for 1 minute more. A and B, fingers on your buzzers. Let me pick up the buzzer set as well. Ready? I'm just looking for a one-word answer. Okay, you can buzz at any time, but once you buzz, I'll stop speaking. AEPS is a system. AEPS is a system developed by the National Payments Corporation of India that allows customers to perform financial transactions using biometric authentication at micro ATMs. In the acronym A, Team B,
Aadhaar enabled payment service.
And the girls qualified. Very, very, very nice. All I was going to ask was, in AEPS, if EPS stands for Enabled Payment System, what does the letter A stand for? She told me all 4 letters. Beautiful. Give them a bigger round of applause. So you qualified directly. You have qualified directly as well. And you stand a chance to be team 9 or 10. So please don't lose hope. Stick around and we will try and give you some audience prizes as well. Audience, these then are your scores. All teams, congratulations, you did really well, and it was a pleasure having you as my first 6 semi-finalists. I hope you all had fun as well. You can carry on down now. We will call up the next 6 teams on stage. We will do a quick semi-final with them, same rules, same rounds, and then we will give you a quick break for lunch. For now, we need 5 minutes to get the 6 names back up on screen. So we will draw the curtains. If anybody wants to take a quick break, bio break, water break, please go ahead and come back in 5 to 6 minutes more.